Who are we? Where do we come from? What is our place in the universe? No one can truly answer these questions at first glance. In fact, they may seem unanswerable to some people. But with deep study, practice, and patience, we can develop some understanding of those forces operating in our own planet and all around the cosmos, and truly hone our minds and spirits to be in tune with the infinite intelligence within and all around ourselves. Henry Thoreau, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Richard Maurice Bucke, James Allen, Frank C. Haddock, Charles Hannell, Wallace D. Wattles, Napoleon Hill, Ernest Holmes, Emmett Fox, all of them visionaries, pioneers, thinkers, philosophers, and New Thought authors who led the way to a mental and spiritual revolution that is now, after more than 180 years, finally taking a hold around the world and helping people to wake up from a dozed-off state and truly opening their eyes and their minds. But why? What is it within this philosophy of life, these principles, that is so appealing to people in general? Metaphysicians, philosophers, the religious stranded, and even the atheist? The answer is simple yet complex. It is spiritual freedom. But all these authors found was that after their years of hard study, writing, and meditation, they shared a spiritual common ground of sorts, a direct link to the ancient knowledge of all those civilizations of old, all those ancient thinkers, writers, philosophers, and wise men from every corner of the world. And while analyzing texts and sacred books containing this knowledge, ranging from Confucianism, Buddhism, Hermetica, Judaism, the Tao Te Ching, Christianity, metaphysics, they discovered a great truth. The same principle of correspondence as stated in the Emerald Tablet of Hermes and in the Kybalion. As above, so below. As below, so above. As within, so without. As without, so within. More than 150 years ago, these New Thought authors and thinkers discovered, incredibly enough, what quantum mechanics and modern physics have proved recently in our 21st century. That all those concepts written thousands of years ago, before our space-age telescopes, our computers, our internet, our particle accelerators, are an absolute truth. And that the ancients, Yeshua, Moses, Buddha, Krishna, Plato, Aristotle, Plotinus, Marcus Aurelius, that all of them knew more about the forces of the universe than we ever thought possible. That there's a pulsating energy field that reacts to our very own thoughts, that everything around us needs to have an observer. The universe requires a consciousness to exist, and that you, and you alone, are the one responsible for the outcomes in your life, good and bad. We must open our minds and always remember that our focus determines our reality, that this universe is mental, that all is mind, and that this indeed may be a holographic universe which we create as we rediscover our connection with God, the infinite intelligence, and that we must always be ready to trust our instincts. And we can go even further, that no god, devil, dark angel, witchcraft, curse, bad luck, or evil eye is to blame for the things happening in our lives, because we do not follow certain set of religious beliefs, just as no one blesses and favors us for being good Catholics or Christians, or obeying a god, or attending Mass every Sunday, and following the 10 Commandments, or playing to Allah, or performing 400 rites a day to keep Yahweh happy and content. We now know that the real God, the authentic divine intelligence, the Father, Mother, whose creative force designed this universe and resides within us, is beyond fear, hatred, bigotry, guilt, and control. We now are beginning to discover that science and true spirituality share the same ideas and concepts. Now we finally realize that only the language was different, but the principle remains the same. What we think, what we talk about, what we truly believe, we bring forth into our lives. But there's a catch, and this is it. Our minds must remain focused on what is good, on what is positive, on what we truly want for ourselves and those in our lives, we must always strive to obtain those things that we want, not the ones that we do not want. And we must always be thankful and have absolute certainty, because the law will always bring what we focus our minds on. And if we absolutely believe that the law does not work, well, it will appear that it doesn't, reinforcing our own twisted beliefs and dragging us away from our spiritual and mental fulfillment. There is no one to blame or to praise but ourselves, because God, the Eternal, demands no sacrifices, no servitude, no humiliation, no eternal condemnation or earthly punishments. Only our commitment to serve others, to help humanity, to be thankful, to grow, to expand our minds, our spirits, and our knowledge to transcend beyond this plane of existence. As the old Zen master Chuang-Tzu stated, flow with whatever may happen to you and let your mind be free. Stay centered by accepting whatever you're doing. That is the ultimate. Being present, being in the moment, thinking, creating, that's when we truly connect with the infinite force around and within each and every one of us. That's when we can truly change our lives and our world. That indeed is the ultimate.